remove tube from the head and look and make sure it's clean. If it's clean, just set it down. Next, we are going to take this end of the head. There's a button here. You squeeze it, push it in, and this rotates. So you rotate it down, pull it out, and the brush comes out. So then you just take the lever, push it down, and then lay it flat on the counter. And for this, you see all the hair, you just pull the hair off on the brush, right? Just pull all of this off. You do this first so it doesn't get in the water when you're soaking this brush. So you just peel all of this off first. Then you take this bucket and you put this in here like that, and you fill this bucket up with Lysol almost to the top, and you let it soak for about 15 minutes. Then when you're done, after the brush is soaked for about 15 minutes, you're going to notice the blue color is a lighter blue. You're going to take this brush, and when it's still in the bucket in the water and wet, you're going to take this brush and brush away from you, and basically what it does is it gets the dirt off the ends. And then you just rinse it in warm water and let it sit overnight to clean it up. So I'm going to do that after. And I usually use, like this pine saw, use a little bit of this in the water to make it, to clean it out. So next, if you can see, there's all kinds of hair. So you can see all the hair in there that needs to be cleaned out. So basically, you pull it out with either your hands, or you can use, I'll show you some tools in a minute, a little bit of a screwdriver or thin pliers, skinny pliers. But basically we're going to clean all of that hair out of there, right, and wipe it out. And we use the Clorox wipes, and we use these wipes for the central vac only, and paper towel, because we don't wash this at all with water. So basically that's what we do. And you clean out, we're going to clean out this spout area. Oops, where'd it go? There we go. That gets cleaned out. And then we also clean out this area. We kind of push paper through that, and then it comes out the bottom chute, bottom here. So I'll either use these small pliers like this, a little Allen wrench, or a little screwdriver. And basically, what I'll do is I'll kind of clear this stuff out, the hair out first like this, or pull it out. Some of these areas you can just pull it out, right? Like that, and it just kind of drops out. Now you might see a little bit of buildup in here. I'll try to get this in the camera. I don't know if I can or not. Sometimes there's a little bit of a hair buildup in this area right here. So you just pick it with either your fingers or with the pliers and just try to get the little pieces of hair out of there. You can use that, pliers, whatever. Let's see if this is in the camera. You pick there's little pieces of hair that get stuck in there. So you can do that. And then also, I know you're not going to be able to see it, but sometimes there's a little bit of like gunky buildup on the flat parts, and I just use a screwdriver and just scrape it a little bit to get it loose. It just kind of comes loose and then you dump it out. And it usually comes off pretty easy, but you just kind of scrape it like that in the little flat part. A little bit of a buildup, so you get that. And then also too, on this underside, you can't really see it in the camera, but when you're looking closer you can see it. And I use the little wrench and I just kind of pull it in the groove to see it. It'll get these kind of chunks of hair out. So I just kind of do this to loosen it up first, and then use the wet Clorox wipe to get the rest of it out. Okay, a few things. So with this is the little end cap. You just make sure you get it real clean, all the little grooves. There's a bunch of little grooves, so this little tool, this little Allen wrench, helps to kind of help you get all the grooves clean. You know, clean it like that, clean all the hair out, get all of that little area, so that's good. This, you can get the end, this is a wet one, you can do this and then push a paper towel through. But essentially you can push this through like that, kind of swirl it around, and then when you tip it over and you push this lever down, you can pull it through. This will come through here, and you can just pull it through to kind of clean it out, right? And again, you clean out all these areas. You wipe all of this really good. You get it all clean, real good, all the outside, all the little grooves, nooks and crannies. Then when you're all done, you can wipe off the top as well. Get it super clean. Like that. The end cap. Alright, just get all that clean. Clean the wheels. All around there. You just basically wipe it off so it's all nice and clean. Then, if you do notice that there's some debris or hair in there, you can either push the wet one through from one end to the other, right, and clear it out. I usually use, there's a broom handle lying around here, just a plain old wood one. I just use that and just push it through and go all the way through, and it basically just wipes out all the debris that's in there, and that's all cleaned out. So that's for that. And all the way to the top. Pull it all the way to the top. So basically what you do is you take the brush when it's in the water still, and you just brush it this way. Obviously you can, not with the camera, but when you're holding two hands, you just take and you brush it this way and you spin it to this way like that. And you can see the bristles are super clean now. All the way around. Everything's all cleaned out. And then basically what you do is you just turn on the water, you rinse it, with clean water. You can see the bristles are super clean now. And you let it dry overnight. You do not put it back in the vacuum while it's still wet or damp. So I just lay it on the counter. Okay, when you put this back together now, you're going to see there's two ends of the brush. There's a kind of a flat end that's open, and then there's a side that has a little post sticking out. So you're going to take this flat end that's open, and you're going to notice there's a slot there. This gets pushed in this way, and there on this post here, there's an area for the slot that goes in between the posts. So you just slide the brush back in, and you might have to turn it a little bit so that it goes flat into the little groove area. And then you take this end, the cap, and you slide the end cap in like that, and it clicks in place. I'll do it again. So when you open it up, you take the end cap like this, and it slides in like that, and it'll click. So it's not clicked into place yet, but then it clicks in place, so it's in there. And you'll notice that the brush can spin freely. Now, one thing to notice is, I don't know if you can see it closely, but the bristles stick above these bars. When the bristles are below the bars, the brush needs to be replaced. Okay. And then all you do is pop on the tube, and it's all good to go. Okay, for the red vacuum, it's real simple. All you do is, there's two levers here. You just pop these levers out. This rolls out. And basically all you're going to do is pull the hair out of this area. Kind of clean it out. And that's really about it. You can probably use a wet one to wipe this area. I'll probably do it myself. It's a little bit more tricky than the other ones, but that's basically it. Just pull this apart, take this hair out, and then when you put it back together, these two little loops, there's little bumps that stick down, and you put these loops in there. That clips back up, and you slide each one, clip back each one together. Then, as usual, this should get done on a regular basis, but the bag unclips, pulls out here, you undo the lever, pull it out, empty the bag. So that's pretty simple on that one.